Hey, it's Annette Reeder from thebiblicalnutritionist.com, and it's another grocery discovery, and I am back at Tom Leonard's because the pumpkin patch is open. I love fall, and pumpkins are one of my favorite foods. Today I'm going to share with you why you need to have pumpkins in your diet, which ones you should buy for eating, and which ones you should never eat. I learned some scary facts today that I'm going to share with you. Plus, we're going to have a little bit of fun, and how do you cook a pumpkin? Let's get started. So here we have it. They have quite an arrangement here, all the way over there, and even in the back. So we are going to pick up some great treasures today. I can't wait to share each one of them with you. So let's get started. But before I do, be sure and hit the like, the subscribe, and the notifications if you're watching this on YouTube. This selection here, these are more of your smaller pumpkins and gourds. They make a wonderful dip bowl. So if you were to take one of these, this one here is just gorgeous. If you were to take this and hollow it out and then put your favorite dip in it, even the hummus, the pumpkin hummus, that recipe that I've shared with you in the past, this would make a beautiful dip bowl. Now I must pause and ask you this important question. What do you get when you drop a pumpkin? You get squash. These are all different varieties of pumpkins that would be delicious in your meals. So here we have the Blue Hubbard, we have the Carnival, we have the Superior. Both of these are superior even though they look totally different. We have the Delectica, and we have the Turban, and just several different varieties. All of these could be made into fries, like your sweet potato fries. They could be just chopped up into some cubes and roasted. You could make it into a puree, throw it into your pumpkin pies. You can do so much with these different squash. So pick up some new ones this year that you haven't tried before and add them to your diet. Here's another cute one. It's called the Sweet Dumpling. Now let's go look at the health benefits of eating these squash plus the pumpkins. Now pumpkin actually is a fruit. It's called a orange winter squash, yet it has the nutritional value more of a vegetable. So as we look at these pumpkins here, these are our best ones for cooking. So I just want to share with you the health benefits of these pumpkins so that you can definitely pick some up today and get started cooking. So here you can just see this is a perfect pumpkin. I want to share with you some of the 5 top reasons why you should have these in your diet, especially now that they're in season. Now pumpkins aren't much different than all of the other vegetables I've been teaching you about to eat because they're low in calories, they've got protein, and they've got fiber, and pumpkin is a perfect fiber source. Not only that, they have a grocery list, like a multivitamin list of vitamins and minerals. So that includes your vitamin A, your vitamin C, lots of B vitamins, that's to be happy. We've got magnesium, manganese, phosphorus, potassium, copper, iron, zinc, you name it, it's in here. When God creates a food, He doesn't just isolate a nutrient and say, okay, here's some vitamin A for you today. He's like, no, you need all of the nutrients in this form so that they work synergistically. And our cells know what to do with it. We don't need a doctor to tell us, oh, go eat 1 ounce of pumpkin. God says, hey, I've got this for you. And plus, this is a winter squash, so it's going to store well for over the winter months. Our summer vegetables don't have the hard core, so they don't store for winter months, which is why we dehydrate and can and do all those things. Pumpkins will store well, so pick up many of them. Just grab a grocery cart full of pumpkins and enjoy them all winter. Now I'll teach you at the end of this how to cook a pumpkin and preserve it so you can have that pumpkin muffin or those pumpkin hummus any time of the year you want. So the vitamins and the minerals are key for us. Now let's look at the nutritional value. We're going to start with vitamin A. Vitamin A is really important for your skin. You want to keep it toned, you want to keep it looking beautiful, you want to keep it blemish free, you need some vitamin A. This is why skincare companies put so much vitamin A in their products, to protect your skin and make it beautiful. So if you want to look like a pumpkin, okay, maybe not. We'll just go with the beautiful skin. Vitamin A is also made from beta carotene, and pumpkins, especially the deep orange ones, have a very high level of beta carotene. Beta carotene your body uses to convert to vitamin A when it needs it. Once again, that's evidence of a God design. That's never going to happen in evolution. It's impossible. So this is another reason why we need to have this. Now, many of you follow me because you are interested in the weight that I lost, like 15 years ago, so I lost 60 pounds. It was because of eating low-calorie, high-fiber foods. Well, pumpkin is that. It's low-calorie, has the protein, and it's high-fiber. So that means it's going to be good for people who are diabetic and people who want to lose weight. It's a healthy food. Now you got to understand, that is not an excuse to eat pumpkin pie or all of those sweet pumpkin breads and all of that, which I do have a recipe for a pumpkin bread. Be sure and grab that on my website, thebiblicalnutritionist.com. Yeah, so yes, this is not an excuse to eat all the pumpkin pies that you want, but it is an excuse to add pumpkin into everything. Once you've pureed it, you can throw it in anything and add that nutritional value, add some fiber to whatever you're eating, and because it doesn't really have a strong independent flavor, so it mixes well with everything. Now, the next reason you need to be having these in your diet is because of the nutrients, the fiber, the protein, the magnesium are all going to help to lower the risk of strokes and to protect your heart and to lower blood pressure. I know a lot of people in my life that need to have pumpkins in their diet every day. And I bet you have loved ones too who you might need to be buying some pumpkins for. So let's protect our family and let's give them God's real food and let's get some pumpkins today. Now, one last nutrient value that I want to tell you about is this helps to reduce the risk of cancer. Yeah. And this is a white pumpkin, as you can tell. We're going to talk about it. Now, I got to ask you a quick question. What did the pumpkin say to the carver? Cut it out! Now, these two pumpkins here, the orange one and the white, are perfect pumpkin pie pumpkins. And there's a reason why that. This is the normal size pumpkins should grow. So these have been raised just the way they're supposed to be raised. And can you just imagine making a pumpkin pie out of a white pumpkin? I just can't wait to try it, to see what my family thinks when I put the pie on the table and I say, oh, it's pumpkin pie. They're going to say, no, that must be a cauliflower pie or something like that. Yeah, I love playing with food with my family and trying to confuse them as much as possible. It just adds a little humor to our day. Now, before I show you the other pumpkins that I don't want you to ever eat, and I tell you the scary fact of why, I just have to ask you this question. What is a pumpkin's favorite genre? It's pulp fiction. Now it's time for the pumpkin that I want you to use in decoration, but never eat. And I will admit there have been times that I did cut up my big pumpkin and cook it. I will never do that again, because what I've learned here at this store is that these were not designed to grow this big. To make them grow this big, they use in massive amounts of pesticides and they're injected with hormones. I know, that sounded strange to me too, and that's not a misquote. They're injected with hormones. And he even says that sometimes on the great big pumpkins, you'll even find the needle holes where they are injected. So never, ever, ever eat a large pumpkin. Only eat the small ones that are made for pumpkin pies. I hope this has been helpful to you as it has to me. Now, the sad thing also is that your WIC coupons will allow you to buy this for food. But don't do it. Don't do it. Don't eat this pumpkin. Just enjoy its looks, carve it, whatever you want to do with it, but don't eat. There are 4 simple steps to making your own pumpkin puree. Number 1, just put them in the oven. I just had to remove one of my racks in the oven so they'd be tall enough. I didn't pierce it, I didn't oil it, I didn't do any of that. I just put it in the oven at 350 for 45 to 50 minutes. And this is them done. I know they're done because look, the peeling just comes right off. If you have ever done it the hard way, where you have peeled your pumpkin before you baked it, that is too labor intensive. I'm showing you the 4 simple steps to make this easy. Step 1 was to bake it. Step 2 was to peel it. So with my fingers, I was able to peel all of this off with very little trouble at all. The next step is to remove the seeds, and it's so much easier when it's baked than when it's raw. They just come right out when it's baked. When it's raw, they seem to be just forever stringing and sticking on, whereas when it's baked, they scoop right out and it's just quick work. I'm going to save the seeds, some of them for planting next year, and then some of them we're going to bake into some roasted pumpkin seeds. Okay, so now the last step, all I have to do is just take this and put it into the blender to puree it, and then we can throw it in the freezer and we are good to go. We've got lots of pumpkin that we can use in muffins, pancakes, bread, pies, whatever you want to do. Throw it in your casseroles for some added nutrition. Your family won't even notice it, but you as the caretaker of your family will know that you've done good for your family. So we're just going to put all that in there. All right, we're going to blend that up with the top on. Finished up blending it. It is nice and smooth and creamy. Some people will run this through a strainer to get some of the water content out. I don't. I like it nice, just like it comes straight out of the pumpkin. It does have a higher water content than what you're used to if you're buying canned pumpkin puree. I will bag this in 1 cup sections, put it in the freezer, lay it nice and flat so it freezes perfectly, and then I know exactly what I have to work with, and it's delicious. So here is that gourd. I've made it into a dip bowl. Now I've actually just set my dip inside it, but I could just as easily have put the dip inside the gourd without the bowl. So I just wanted to share this with you. There are so many fun things to do in the fall with the gourds, the squash, and the pumpkins. Thanks for watching. It is my joy to always share with you God's recipe for excellent health, and these pumpkins are part of that recipe. So go ahead and start enjoying it. Protect your body, make some beautiful skin, have a happy fall day. I'm Annette Reeder from thebiblicalnutritionist.com.